While competition for late-night viewers heats up tonight as Conan's new show debuts on TBS. In this week's Media Monday, we're taking a look at how the game has changed in TV. Power shifting from the networks to viewers. They get to watch what they want when they want. Digital entrepreneur Larry Kramer's new book, CSCAPE, is out. It helps companies navigate this new digital landscape where consumers are in control. Larry is the founder of CBS Market Watch, which he sold to Dow Jones. He is also on the board of Discovery Communications. He is with Erik and myself right here in the newsroom. So glad you could join us, Larry. So we're talking about Conan, right? You know, he's on too late for us, but as we have talked about, you can watch whatever you want when you want. What are the chances that he can take market share from Letterman and Leno? That seems likely. But what about Jon Stewart? He's now #1.
Well, I mean, Stewart's got, soon he'll have to deal with the same thing that Letterman and Conan have, which is the landscape's been totally flattened. Everybody's got a pretty even shot, you know, and kids, and it's going to get more so because the internet and the digital platforms are all coming to your TV set. It's not a matter of watching a TV on computers anymore. That computer hookup's happening now on your 60-inch screen. So the consumers got the chance to watch anything they want, whenever they want to do it.
To make advertisers happy, though, what does Conan have to do?
Well, he's got to reach a younger audience. He's got, and he has a good shot at a younger audience. Now, he's going right at Stewart's strength, I think. The other two guys have been around a long time. Their audiences, frankly, were a lot older, and those audiences, you know, they're less apt to even be videotaping the show or watching, not videotaping, but DVRing the show and watching it later. So I think if you, particularly if you add up the views of a show, not just live but later, you're going to find that both Stewart and Conan are going to have, you know, pretty good scores.
Larry, I want to ask you a question that does have to do with the book you just wrote. If consumers are in control, they get to watch what they want, when they want, what do ratings matter anymore?
Well, they matter for advertisers. But
is that misleading?
Well, no. I mean, the advertiser wants to see an impression, right? That's what they're worried about. How many people actually saw my ad? So the question will be, when you buy an ad for a live show, how long does it have before they don't want that ad running anymore? So if I buy an ad, I've got a store and a big sale on a weekend, and the ad runs Wednesday. If somebody's watching that show on Sunday, it's no good to me. But technology is going to allow the networks to inject ads whenever the show is showing, not when the show ran the first, not just taking the one from when it ran the first time and show it later. So if I like CSI, I believe my product fits the CSI audience, I can buy CSI, and whenever anybody watches CSI, that ad will run that day. So I'll say, give me anybody watching CSI today, whether it's last week's, the week before, or whatever.
So the new DVR boxes are going to force you to watch commercials, even if you've recorded it.
Yeah, I think that's where we're going to go. They're going to have to. But, you know, there's actually there's a silver lining in it. One of the things they can do, because it's interactively, is they know more about who you are, and they can target that ad better. So I can particularly target geographical locations or things like that, which I never could do. Remember, if you're on a digital platform, you're basically in a two-way relationship. So an advertiser can pay more for an ad, would pay more for an ad if he knows who that audience is. That would mean you could show fewer ads. So one of the things you'll see is a TV show coming on, you're watching it on DVR over, 5 days later, 7 days later. You'll get to that point 10 minutes into the show, and an ad palette will come up, and there'll be 4 ads on it. You could pick the one you watch. You'll only have to watch one.
So content counts even for ads?
Of course it does. And an advertiser will always pay for somebody who's inclined to see that ad more. So if I pick an auto ad over a jewelry ad, then that auto dealer is going to pay more for that ad than if it was just running randomly.
I want to get back to something, Larry, that we were talking about with Conan, because he's had to keep his name alive and kind of keep fresh. He's been tweeting, has been doing these live performances. Yes. So how much now does Conan have 2 jobs? Erik and I were talking about this earlier. I mean, does he have to keep this whole sideshow sort of live performance up and be on TV?
How content has changed is, and particularly in news and in entertainment, I think, when content gets delivered now, it's generally the beginning of the process, not the end. In the old days, you did a show, you put it on the air, done. Or you wrote a story, it printed in the newspaper, done. In the last 10 years, it's begun to change. Social media means social media. The people are going to read it. They want to respond to you. They want you to change what you're doing based on it. So, and particularly a guy like Conan, who has a lot of interaction with the audience, depends on that, and has a younger audience that expects that. He's got to keep going in that direction. It's not a bad thing. He's pretty good at it. I mean, he's always been good at Twitter and those things, and I think that's always helped him. And if you're, whenever you're watching the show is when you see it and you feel that connection with him, you want to be able to, to speak to him. And you don't expect to speak to him live or to hear from him live, but you will hear from him.
Larry, thanks so much. Larry Kramer joining us here. Congratulations on the new book.
Thank you.